So these are the disturbing details that everybody ignored about Amber that are only coming to the surface now. Huge TW, this story involves some very salacious topics. Please make sure you subscribe. Amber had a 17-year-old assistant that was brought into the country illegally to work for her. A photo of them not wearing any clothing above the waist has surfaced with an unknown man. Her friend, IO Tillet, who keeps changing their pronouns, also took risky shots of Johnny Depp's daughter, Lily Rose, while she was a teenager with a man behind Johnny's back. IO also outed her, but it doesn't end there. Amber allegedly would have XX parties with socially inept billionaires and entertained them with underage girls. In released texts, she is known as the, quote, blackmail queen, end quote, and filmed wealthy men in compromising situations to extort them for money. This is obvious when you look at how mainstream media seems to be controlling the narrative when it comes to Amber, constantly publishing stories in favor of her and putting down Johnny Depp. Ghislaine Maxwell, a convicted criminal for using young girls, has been known to control the narrative about her past crimes and Epstein's too. This article is from houseinhabit on Instagram. The article reads, quote, Heard's connection to Musk, she said, stemmed as far back as 2011 when he and his wife were hosting parties at their residence in Beverly Hills. Amber became a quick favorite among the circle because she had a knack for reeling in other young, struggling actresses to work as professional daters and make appearances or perform at these events for Musk and his tech cronies. According to House and Habit, Amber would entice young girls to these parties where they would be used in shocking acts. One party detail reads, quote, blindfolded participants met at a designated spot and were shuttled to a remote location where cell phones were confiscated at the door and women dangled from treetops secured by harnesses with bags over their heads. She said once you arrived, it was clear you could not just leave if you wanted. You were expected to see it through in its entirety. A performance consisting of the two bagged women being blanked by devil horns and spraying blank on stage outdoors. Disturbing, especially considering these were young girls Amber was reeling in. So, like we saw in the trial, Amber would film everything these wealthy men did. One source told House and Habit, the rumor has always been that she has something dark on him, and that's why he's indebted to her. A regular at these parties would tell me on the phone. It's not surprising to anyone who knows her. Amber was always filming him. She had a method. She had it down. She would get Elon really messed up so incriminating events could transpire and then film it all. Another source, romantically linked to a well-known rock star, said she had seen videos with what appeared to be young girls invited by Amber in compromising situations, but explained it was complicated because a few people in these videos were also some of the same people involved in the trial, with no specific names or circumstances divulged. The rumor is Elon Musk would use the services of Ghislaine Maxwell at these parties. Elon was photographed with her at a party, but denied ever knowing Ghislaine, yet an email exchange between Musk and Epstein exists where they talk about kung fu practice with Ghislaine, which seems code word for something much more nefarious, doesn't it? So yeah, Elon was lying. He did know Ghislaine Maxwell. The emails are also around the time Amber had that big blowout fight with Johnny, which is very interesting because Johnny was out of town and Amber is known to make her moves during those times. Musk was also spotted at a Berlin XX club and paid off an employee for a risky massage where he showed his bits to the unknowing masseuse. It sounds very Epstein if you ask me. And of course, how can we forget Elon's father who had a baby with his stepdaughter to whom he met when she was just 4 years old. But how did these participants get coerced into doing these lascivious acts? Well, the article alleges Amber would pull a Bill Cosby and use a special concoction. One of Amber's dates came forward saying their second meeting was at the Abbey in West Hollywood, where Heard introduced her to her best friend Rocky and made the first move, kissing Gia and slipping a pill into her mouth. I remember her kissing me and then nothing else, Gia told me on our first phone call. When she woke up, she found herself alone in Amber's Silver Lake loft, deemed the treehouse, with a handwritten note on the bed beside her. She says she was confused but enamored because she had never been into women. The intensity of this new attraction caught her off guard. On one occasion, after spending the night with Heard, she says she woke up and had no recollection of the time. So dazed that she was struggling to regain a steady sense of consciousness, a fog so heavy she compared it to coming out of anesthesia. I knew if I continued this way with her, I might not wake up. I don't know what she gave to me, but I knew my life was probably in danger when I was with her alone. But boy, oh boy, she's actually a total psycho, and not a doubt in my mind will off somebody at some point if she has not already. So I think this is true for Johnny, because on a few occasions, it sounded like she was trying to completely destroy him by taking his life. We are lucky that Johnny is still alive, as he could have ended up mysteriously passing like Bob Saget. It could have been a major cover-up where mainstream media tries to control the narrative like they are doing now. I think Elon has cut a deal with like Rupert Murdoch to only publish negative things about Johnny and try to prop up Amber to prevent her from releasing this salacious tape. It's what Epstein would do to his clients. He would record them and blackmail them to get things from them. And given Elon's affiliation with Ghislaine, it's all coming full circle with the dirt Amber may have on the world's richest man. Finally, that relationship between Amber, Gia, and Elon, which, reminds me so much of the relationship they have with Cara Delevingne. They're known to have, these 3 people involved, ended with an outburst from Amber. She grabbed me by the neck and started slashing my dress with a wine opener, like a maniac, screaming that she was going to blank my neck. It took a friend of Amber's to finally pull her off Gia. She said Elon would pull her aside weeks later at another event, urging her to stay far away from Amber because he feared she might actually try to off her. He seemed genuinely scared, she said. I think he knew she was crazy enough to do it, and she knew he would be the one to clean it up if she did. So the proof Gia has is this letter written by Amber that appears to be her handwriting. And the story ends there. So what do you guys think of Amber luring in young girls and allegedly slipping them something so they don't remember being hung from ceilings for billionaires' pleasures? Amber is still the ambassador for women's rights, I think, at the UN, and still an ambassador for the ACLU. I wonder if they know about her background. Anyway, sound off in the comments below. If it's all too outlandish, do you believe it? Let me know, and don't forget to subscribe by hitting my face where Gabby would be. But considering it's like super hot here, she's actually retired to my doghouse with a lot of shade in the background. In case you're wondering where she is, she'll be back when the weather cools down. All right, guys, stay safe, drink water, and I'm hoping you're enjoying your summer if you're in the western side, or the winter if you're on the eastern side. I love you guys all. Have a good one. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.